a Sri Lankan human rights lawyer with a deep interest in human rights law. I think that I became a human rights lawyer by learning the subject matter based on my desire to help people who have no recourse to injustice and inconvenience and to go before the law and help them win their rights. Actually, the general public think that human rights lawyer in Sri Lanka are lawyers who appears in the Supreme Court for fundamental right cases. But as I have learned and I see, as a human rights lawyer is something beyond that. When a person's human rights have been violated, you can represent the aggrieved party in the magistrate court or the high court and work for their rights. Also, you can represent victims in the Human Rights Commission, the Right to Information Commission, and support the complaints and appeals to the relevant commissions. I have mainly been embarrassed by the action of the police while working as a human rights lawyer, especially when I went to one police office. Some police officers behaved very badly and did not allow me to go with the victim to the inside of the police station and even took the phone and did not allow me to take it to the police station. In those cases, I explained the law to the higher officers of the police station and obtained permission to represent the victim. I think that if I had not properly studied the law applicable in those instances, and if I had not talked to the relevant officials, my freedom to engage with lawful profession could have been violated. In some cases, I have to leave the Panadura area where I live at around 4 in the morning to appear in courts in area far away from Colombo. Then there is culture in Sri Lanka that girls are not sent alone so early in the morning. Sometimes my mother and father even accompanied me to visit courts in such distant places. They questioned me as to what you get for working so much for human rights. They said that being a woman, you have to work in one place. Fortunately, my parents and husband supports me in my work, and I was able to overcome those challenges. In most of cases that I work on, the police officers are seen as the perpetrators of fundamental rights violation related to torture. But there are many cases of domestic violence, murder, rape, etc. in Sri Lanka. And as far as I can see, torture also happens in those cases. In my opinion, torture occurs in the context of the use of force by the person with power to hurt the person with less power. Yeah, sometimes we have some threats, but it happens according to the context of that case we are appearing. I am a founding partner of a law firm called the Human Rights Law Chamber. It contributes to advancing the global movement against torture. We filed different cases for the same incident in different aspects like writ, fundamental rights cases against torture. Also, we use media to aware people about the torture incident and get attention to the relevant officials. In the chamber, interns and apprentices who train to become lawyers receive special training in appearing in cases related to human rights. Through this initiative, it is possible to engage in more legal work regarding human rights violation than working as a lawyer alone. Also, we go as resource persons for public awareness programs. We hope that I and other partner will be able to use the UN mechanisms and make relevant complaints to UN bodies and make intervention through the law firm when necessary. Also, we hope to collaborate with international organization in anti-torture work. I think the reason that motivates me to be in this field is the feeling that if a person's human rights have been violated due to torture or some other act or omission, that person should get justice by law and the belief that I can act for that. When I say proudest moment in this field so far, actually I'm proud and happy about every moment that I work for human rights and against torture, from small things to big things.